My man, bitch.
Don't try to read me out. And my man, thank you to my man. And my man. Don't try to read me out.
My man.
Ooh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep seeing us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like I'm done, it's through, we're gonna break up. And he was like, okay, if that's really what you wanna do. But see, my husband, I'm there.
My man, bitch.
Don't try to read me out.
My man.
Ooh, real bad. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey guys, sorry. I had to make some coffee. I had to. I was answering comments and next thing I knew it was like 8:30 and I was like, "Oh my goodness." Cuz last night I wanted to go live. I had edited that video. I dropped on Real Talk Bougie so we could talk about it today, but we're going to go over there after this. And so today over here, we're going to react to a couple videos that were posted over on Phone Calls from Prison. And then on Real Talk Bougie, if you aren't caught up and you hadn't really been following this story prior to the phone calls coming out, we've been following the charges, we've been watching the bail hearings, we've been keeping up on this story, right? I had a comment today and someone said, well, they were asking, who requested these phone calls. I don't know if anyone else had requested the phone calls prior to me leaving the comment to Phone Calls from Prison. Because honestly, I'd never done a Freedom of Information request ever. So when I saw they had a whole channel doing that, I was like, hey, have you ever heard of this story? It's so interesting. And also, I guess another thing that made me think of it too is if you guys remember one of the bail hearings that we heard, they said that Ernesto was a flight risk, right? So we're talking about Ernest Williams and Shirley Strawberry, aka Ernesto, aka Nesto, aka a lot of different names, right? I heard in that bail hearing they said that he was a flight risk and it was because of some phone calls. And I was like, some phone calls? And they kept talking about the call in Dubai, like that he was talking about going to Dubai, that he could stay at Shirley's boss's apartment, and then that there's some sort of side chick, and that there is and that he spoke with the side chick and he might go to Florida. And I was in the back of my mind, I just remembered there's some phone calls somewhere. I wonder how you get these phone calls. I'd never done a Freedom of Information request. I've done actually a couple now. I reached out to Roswell recently, and I also reached out to Cobb County to get some other information because I'm just curious. And if something comes back, I will definitely let you guys know. It's easy, doesn't cost a lot of money. But at the end of the day, that's what happened. The phone calls had been mentioned a long time ago in court. And then Phone Calls from Prison, who you guys met last week, they came over and talked to your girl and to Bougie Gang and introduced themselves. And like I said, they've been really cool. They gave me a bunch of calls to use, at my discretion. And of course, we've gone over there and reacted to some of their videos, but we've been following this case for a few months now over on Real Talk Bougie. So if you haven't been following it, there's a whole playlist and I shared it. But yeah, that's I mean, I've been interested in this case for a minute because it's juicy. You guys know I love a good, juicy, messy story. And if this isn't anything, this is a good, juicy, and messy story. But it's also a cautionary tale because it is very much something that can happen to anybody. And yes, that's what I'm waiting for. What I want to know, I want to know a couple of things, and those call logs are going to tell me. Also, they do video calls in Cobb County. So, anywho, this is just a very interesting story. It really just is. And Steve Harvey's in the middle of his own thing. He's got rumors about his marriage. So Monday they say that he's going to be addressing with Shirley their own strawberry letter. Look, this is what we know so far, right? This is what I think we know. Hit the like button, guys. If you're here, welcome, 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 welcome. Go ahead and hit the like button for your girl. I really appreciate it. This is what we know from the calls so far. Ernesto had a private attorney. We don't know if he has a private attorney anymore. It seems like there's been a series of public defenders to come out recently in the most recent hearings, right? I'm not necessarily interested in their lies. I want to hear what they have to say. If it's all lies, it's all lies. And it's going to be like, girl, can you come listen to this tea? Okay. So yeah, just come back here and we'll talk about it. Come back here or to Real Talk Bougie and we gonna cut it up. But yeah, that's okay. I listen so you don't have to. Okay. So girl, it's you don't have to worry about doing all the heavy lift. I got you. So if you want to hear about it, and hear like what happened and the synopsis, you are welcome to come back. Good morning to the gang stars. Number one, Erica, Live, Laugh, Love, and India, Boo Boos. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to Bougie Gang. If you're here, you hit the like button, you subscribed, you're on notification gang. You just dropped in. Welcome to Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary. Okay. And Bougie Gang is in full effect at this moment. So stand up, show me some love, and hit the like button. Okay. You may know me from my other channel, Real Talk Bougie. So welcome if you've come over here from over there. I'll be live over there a little bit later on because I do kind of want to talk a little bit more about the case. Here we're going to talk about the tea. We're going to talk all the tea, and we're going to do a couple reactions to the videos that I have not posted and talk about what's really going on. Cause I think there's a lot to talk about. Okay. Number one, this is what we know so far. Ernesto had a lawyer named, I think it was BC that they've been calling him or her. And both Shirley and the girlfriend have been reaching out, which is very strange. But Ernesto is obviously leading a double life. And but now we've seen the two different public defenders, right? If you hadn't seen them, go over to Real Talk Bougie. Those videos are posted with those bail hearings at Judge Manning's court in Fulton. Why is Ernest in Cobb County? Because Fulton didn't have room and they sent him to Cobb. But in every phone call, he's always talking about how he loves Cobb County. It's better. It's this, the food, they got iPads. It's less black folk, if you will. He uses other words. He feels like it's a better setup for him and his big age. Okay. Fulton, there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's the wild, wild west over there. So he's very, very happy to not be in Fulton, but he is a Fulton inmate. He's being housed on Cobb. So if you notice when you go look at those bail hearings at Judge Manning, you'll always see him in a box that says Cobb. Cobb 1, Cobb 2, Cobb 3, because he's sitting in Cobb County. Okay. We know that Shirley has been throwing Little Miss Sheridan, who's not Little Miss, but she's a young woman. I think she's about 26 or 27 years old. And she's got, I believe, 2 kids. And Shirley is a grandmother, but Shirley does not mind. I mean, low key, yes, Shirley's looking very stupid by Ernesto, but it's the dragging your own daughter for me. No matter what you think of your own kid, if your kid has been a disappointment or you're not happy with the way your child treats you or anything, it's like, sure, this is my opinion. It is too late in the game. 69 years old, sis, you could be by yourself, which it sounds like that's what's going to happen. Okay. Because Ernesto is not shit. Okay. We know this, right? This is not new to anybody. Ernesto is a ain't shit ass ninja sitting up in jail, almost 60 years old, running game all around Atlanta. And he is being held to account for that, and he's got a series of charges. Okay. Now, whether he's convicted or not of all of these things, we got to wait and see. But the bottom line is Sir would not be in the position he's in if he were on the up and up and they didn't have at least one little reason to hold this man. I tell y'all over here every single day, don't deal with Dusties. Don't deal with Dusties. Shirley was sitting up there with her good job on a nationally syndicated radio program. Shirley should have some coins. Shirley should be sitting pretty. Now, Shirley's not going to have her boss's money because he does a lot. He does very much a lot. Okay. But Shirley has a very good job. She makes well into the 6 figures. Shirley should have M's in her bank account. After 30 years of work, she better have a hellified retirement. Okay. She's sitting in a back room. She's sitting over there at Tosh's house, whoever Tosh is, I guess a friend. She doesn't seem to have much money. She's concerned about $50. It's a mess. Any of you, like, just forget about just Shirley. If you've had a great job, you're a manager, you're a director, you're a leader, or you've been working solid, you have a nice job, 30 years in, and you don't have a house, you don't have a townhouse, you don't have some property, you don't have a vehicle paid for, you're not pushing around something nice, you don't have a couple of dollars in your account, you're not looking out at something that is yours, that's a problem. Sis is 69. 69. Okay. And you're over here on the radio talking trash. Well, she's not talking about trash on the radio about her daughter, but now she is. Because everybody's heard it. The bloggers have taken this story and ran with it. I mean, low key, people have been covering it, but it wasn't a lot there. It was almost like, if you guys remember in Detroit, when Kwame Kilpatrick, that whole scandal, if you guys remember, if you don't remember, look up Kwame Kilpatrick. He comes from a long line of public servants in Detroit, all kind of, look, the Kilpatricks may have gotten themselves together by now, but there was a lot of scandal around that family, but they were heavily connected into local government. Anyway, Kwame was one of the youngest mayors of Detroit. Kwame had a beautiful family. It's like the picture of Black excellence. And he was messing around with a lady in the office, and girl, them text messages hit. And I just remember people doing reenactments of the damn text messages. It brought the whole thing to life. On top of the crimes he was accused of, because they were running a mob style. He was accused of, and I think went to jail for, running like a mob style situation in Detroit. But girl, when those text messages came out, and I think it was in court, because nobody knew. So like I said, I've been listening to whatever I could listen to that was public. these jail hearings, and when they mentioned 2 phone calls, and then I came across phone calls from prison, I was like, hello. I have a channel, and I cover this story, and I'm like, would you look into phone calls from this case and drop the link? And then they messaged me back and were like, yeah, girl, it's coming. We got it coming, and we'll get back to you when it comes in. And, if you watch the first video on the topic, they shouted me out. And I told you guys that, we would be having a special guest soon, because I asked them, I said, would you guys come and talk to us about, the process and your channel? Also, I listened. Also, another thing that I guess what really caught my ear was because they were publishing, and I told you guys this already, Alex Murdaugh, and I was really interested in that case. But anyway, they're, yes, they're very cool people. They're a very nice couple. And, they're covering many channels, but clearly, this has been a win-win for everybody, because I'm going to just say this, and I said this yesterday in a comment to somebody: the truth will set you free. And Shirley seems to be the type of person that likes to, she likes her privacy, but there's a certain amount of people out here that like to keep secrets, and they live in secret land, which secret land, Shirley's sitting up there in prison by her own damn self, right? She's doing her own bid because she's trying to keep up with holding this man's secret, because she loves that image of her beautiful designer wedding gown. She likes getting into those damn Bentleys and Rolls Royces and looking the part of the professional that shows up to the Steve Harvey morning show. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's everything right with that, because she earned that. But at the end of the day, you got a scandal going on, sis. And it's not that everybody should go run to their job and tell everybody their business. Shirley doesn't have the average job. And this is a scandal. Your husband has been in jail for over 400 days. And now it went from sugar to shit. And his phone calls are out here. You are dragging your daughter. You have mentioned the Harvey family. You, look, all you have to do is listen to that bail hearing. There's a list of people who he's not to contact. He's not to contact his own daughter, Lakeisha Williams. Her name was mentioned. And her name was mentioned in a recent call when they said, well, do you know who Lakeisha is? And he said, that's my daughter. Well, I thought about it, and I was like, didn't they mention her name on the do not contact list? Well, we know that he's on a bunch of charges, and we'll talk about that over on Real Talk Bougie later. We're just here to talk about the tea right now. And then we'll talk about like the more news stuff over on there. And we'll go through some of those videos where we'll like look, we'll kind of just do a kind of where we're at, that I've been doing for, past couple months on what's going on with the case so far. Right. So we'll talk about that later. But that man got a lot going on. So back to he's a Dusty. There's levels to this game. We all know that. Everybody is not on the street with their hand out. Ernesto presents like a man who was about town, handling his business. But he's a shady type dude. And he has a certified criminal background for a very long time. And I know that they've said that Steve Harvey introduced them. I've had people come to my comments say, he did not introduce them. He did not introduce them. Stop saying that. This is what I know. Steve Harvey was on the radio. Oh, he was on the phone with Ernesto. Ernesto came into the studio. Where Steve was, I don't know. But Steve wasn't in the studio, but he was on the phone with Ernesto that day. Ernesto walks into the studio, and Ernesto has a bouquet of beautiful roses and a marriage proposal. Okay. He said Ernesto asked him for Shirley's hand. Who introduced them? Girl, I guess I'm going to do some more research, and I'm going to see what Shirley says. I'm going to see what Ernesto says. I'm going to see what Steve Harvey says, and I'm going to get back with y'all this week. I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to get down to the bottom of how did Shirley meet Ernesto? Okay. That's what I'm going to research that. Maybe at the wedding when they did their speech and they thanked whoever, we going to find out. But what I know is that man asked her for her hand at her job with her boss on the phone, and boss man took a lot of credit for this union. He walked her down the aisle. I saw that. It's in Essence magazine. I saw him give her hand to him, and I saw Steve posting in lots of pictures. Okay. I also heard Tommy say, "Who's Alfredo?" Nephew Tommy cracked me up. Nephew Tommy was like, "And who is this guy?" Now, I don't know if they were with the shits that day, they were fooling around. Nephew Tommy knew exactly who he was. I don't know. But Tommy didn't seem to know who Nesto was. Okay. Anywho, what else do we know? We know that the kids are getting dragged. We know that the grandkids, that there's situations. We're not going to get all in depth on it, but he's got an array of very serious, very serious charges, from financial fraud to acts that are unspeakable on this internet, and being a danger to women, children, and animals. Okay. The judge said, stay away from everybody. Don't touch people's credit cards, all of the things. Submit your passport, submit your everything. He's gotten bail on many of the charges, but he still is sitting. He's got a detainer on him. He's got charges with no bail yet. So Sir's been in jail now for well over 400 days, in excess of a year. And he's waiting. You read that? If you can find that article, book, excerpt anywhere, if you can let me know, sis, I appreciate that. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, it's about the receipts on this internet, right? It's all about the receipts. So we got to provide a receipt. But like I said, what we do know is that Steve looked like he was in a very expensive tuxedo, walking Miss Strawberry down the aisle, and brought her right over to her man and put her hand in his hand. Okay. He was operating as daddy. Okay. And he was also very instrumental in that video where Nesto comes into the studio and asks Miss Shirley for her hand. Okay. So that's what we do know. So, what else do we know? We know that there is a lady who is heavily invested in Nesto. I put up a video yesterday. And ma'am, down there in Florida, you say she's 63. She's not. Look, let's just say this. Sis is in her 60s. She looks amazing. She's a beautiful woman. So age is not a diss around here. Age is a number. So it gives us a moment in time of the breadth of experience, the length of time that you've had to not be stupid, okay, to not engage with a dusty. It gives us a because if you're 19, you don't have as much time to learn about not dating a dusty as you have when you're in your 60s. Like by 60, girl, a woman with some financial means, she should have known. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. She said she was 68 on her phone call. She sure did say something, and she just had a birthday. So maybe that is where 69 came in, because remember, this is what we also know. She got engaged on her birthday and they got married on his birthday. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Age is not a diss over here. Your girl is going to be 53. Hello. On what day is that? Is that on Tuesday? Girl, it's Virgo season, but you guys already know that. That's why I haven't even bothered to say it, because girl, no disrespect to the zodiac, but it's harvest season, it's Virgo season, and all of the things. And on Tuesday is your girl's birthday. So yes, 53, it's girl. So yeah, we don't there's no shade about age over here, other than it just gives us an idea of how much of the foolishness you should know about, or how much wisdom you should have acquired. Oh my God, I didn't know she had the same birthday as my daughter. So yeah, interesting fun fact. Yeah, that's July 28th is my little girl's birthday. So interesting. I feel like I saw that, but maybe I just like blocked it out. But there's another sis on this YouTube streets whose daughter is the same day. It seems to be July 28th is a popular day. But let me tell you this, and this is another interesting fun fact. Today, September 9th, is the most popular birthday of all time. Google it. This is if your parents got jiggy on Christmas, well, you might have been born today. Okay. All right, guys, let's pull up, let's get started. There's two specific videos I would love to talk about. So let's get into a little reaction. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know. But yeah, let's get into it and let's talk about it. This is what I'm going to say. If you want to watch these videos in its entirety, be my guest. They're posted on Phone Calls from Prison. You can watch them in its entirety. Anything that we react to on this channel, you can go watch it wherever it's posted. And but we make frequent stops, and this is a commentary channel. So just expect that I will be talking a lot. Okay. It was funny, girl, because over there on Real Talk Bougie, girl, they had to gather me together yesterday, guys. If you want to see your girl getting gathered in the comments, and I had to eat it because okay, like, you know what I'm saying? You know me, I'll take some feedback. Like, you know, I do have a heart, but I ate it because it was funny because you know, that's a newer channel. You guys are used to me and my editing style, but I didn't think about it. And maybe my style is not conducive in this current situation with this type of content. So the calls that I have that I edited to put on my channel, I added a little under music, a bed of music, to further the drama and the story. I feel like it adds something. But girl, the people over there, girl, they were not impressed. Girl, they didn't drag me, but girl, if I didn't get 25, why is there music? All of the things, it was awful. But anyway, I got the memo, and the video yesterday did not have any music. Okay. Fran, that's so funny. My son was a Christmas baby. His birthday is September 7th. Okay. Okay. Yes, but September 9th. September has, if you look at the most popular birth dates, September is like, it's all about the holidays. It's about Thanksgiving to New Year's, all the drinks and the good food and the happy times and all of the things. So yeah, definitely. So yes, happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. It's Virgo season, and we're definitely Virgoing out here. What I wasn't there. You weren't. Oh, in the comments. Okay. Oh, Live Laugh Love must be just a little bit behind. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to get caught up. Give me just a second. Let me pull up what I wanted to talk about. And I posted a couple of videos that we'll get to those, but I kind of wanted to and some people did ask, this is another thing. What's going on right now? What's going on right now? I'm going to be honest. What we know is going on right now is let's not forget that affidavit. Chronicle Speaks had posted that affidavit, and I'm requesting my own copy because I could not read her document very well, the way it was posted. So Shirley had issued an affidavit through her attorney. So you remember this like 2 months ago. If you don't, it's okay. I've got a whole entire playlist. Her attorney was in court about 2 months ago, submitted an affidavit which said that Shirley was, and I'll pull it up before let me get this video popping. I'll go find the video and then we'll cut to that part so we can just refresh our memories that in like roughly June or July, that affidavit was submitted to the court that Shirley was open for her husband to bail out either wherever he chose to, including her home, and that she has not been a victim and is not a victim and all of the things. So let me pull this video up. Let's get into it. And I'm going to find that and we'll cut to that. That's what we know is going on. We also know that he had an attorney that he keeps talking about. I have a paid attorney. I got a paid attorney. Paid attorney wasn't returning calls. Paid attorney wasn't returning calls to Shirley. Wasn't the paralegal was talking to the side chick. Um, I don't know what happened to this paid attorney, but it seems like he's got two different public defenders. One who showed up in one hearing, and then most recently, about 2-3 weeks ago, I put up a video, new felony charges because he had just had like 3-4 add-ons for financial fraud, and he had a completely different attorney, and we had her name, and we looked up her LinkedIn and all of those things, and I don't know if that's still his attorney or not, but he's been assigned to this person. So I would imagine that, but it's possible by the time he goes to trial, maybe he doesn't want to pay for an attorney during this phase since now it's been well over a year. And keep in mind, Shirley said she was paying $2,500 a month. A month. That's a lot of money. $2,500 a month. So what is that? $30,000 a year? And that's just your retainer fee? That's just pick up the phone, answer calls, run to the courthouse, do some paperwork type of things. That's not even in trial, active litigation. $30,000, I'd be very concerned if that's going to take you out. I mean, Shirley may make $30,000 a month. She's not, I don't think she has $1 million contract, but sis makes well into the six figures. And I don't mean like just $100,000. Sis has got to be making 250, 300 at least. If not, I would have to be side-eyeing Steve. Like, why are your people, this has been going on for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is the money in the contract for people to be well paid? You're the only well paid person on the team. Like, this is a group effort. If all of a sudden Steve just wanted to talk by himself, I'm sure he could do that. But he's got Tommy, he's got Carla, he's got Shirley, and I believe they've added other people. I forgot what that other guy, who used to sit in for Tommy when Tommy would be on the road. I forget what his name is, the other comedian, but there's a whole host of people. But Shirley has been riding tandem for over 20 years with this guy back since Chicago. She came from the Doug Banks show. If any of you guys more my age in your 40s and your 50s, you know Doug Banks show. Doug Banks was like the Ricky Smiley, the Breakfast Club of that time in the 90s, early 2000s kind of thing. Anyway, let me see. I'm talking. Let's see. Okay, let's see the ones that we wanted to talk about. Okay. All right, guys, give me just a second. We're going to go. Okay. Okay. I'm like, gosh, where should we start? Okay, let's get into it. And then I'm going to find, let's see. And then we'll get over there for a sec. Okay, let's start.
For those of you who might not know who Shirley is, well, you might know Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is a versatile entertainer, comedian from Steve and Shirley. Months of rent at this new residence. His most current arrest happened in July of 2020. So even moved
Okay,
Erica
let's.
King in next door to him and Shirley's residence. Segment called
Okay.
The Strike.
So, okay, let's talk about this. Okay. Just a minute. Let me set this up so you guys can see what we're talking about. Okay.
Strawberry letter, where viewers write in for relationship advice from Steve and Shirley. Shirley supposedly met her current husband through Steve Harvey. They got engaged on the show with Steve's help, and Steve even walked Shirley down the aisle. Ernesto is Shirley's second husband. Here's the situation. Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernesto Williams, is facing some pretty serious charges, some of which include children. As you can see, this guy has a pretty long rap sheet. He and a co-conspirator, Erica King, were arrested for a $1 million fraud scheme. They allegedly would make promises to victims, saying they would grow their brands, but in the end did nothing. Rumor has it that Ernesto even moved Erica King in next door to him and Shirley's residence. He supposedly told Shirley that Erica was just a business partner. What inevitably got them investigated by police was failure to pay months of rent at this new residence. His most current arrest happened in July of 2022 for charges that involve children, and he is currently in jail in Georgia and has been there for over a year without bond. Before he was arrested, the prosecutor in this case also tapped Ernesto's cell phone and allegedly heard him talking with Shirley about leaving the country to live in one of Steve Harvey's homes located in Abu Dhabi. Ernesto is a businessman who owned an upscale barber shop and a security company in Atlanta.
Okay, you guys know a lot of this. Let's get into this call. This is in 2023. So a lot of what you've heard this week recently has been in November. But let's listen to, I think, is this the call that I wanted to?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm good. So I just got 5 minutes on a free phone call.
Hold on a second. Well, why not?
You do?
Yeah. Let's know. I go to court Thursday, so say a prayer for me. And my lawyer just came and saw me, so just gonna wait till Thursday and see what's gonna go down.
This isn't the call that I wanted. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. This is not the one that I wanted. I believe this is part one because I'm like, why is this going? This is not the call that I remembered. Okay, here we go.
Shirley Strawberry.
I'm in the process of working on more calls, but I quickly wanted to share clips from this one particular call. In this call, Shirley states that her truck was taken by investigators while trying to leave the beauty shop. She says the police are also taking her wedding ring and that her signature was on many documents, and the cops think that some of them were forged. Shirley goes on to ask why they're taking her truck and was told that it will possibly be used to pay back the victims. Take a listen to how Shirley Strawberry responds to the whole situation that played out.
How's your day going?
Well, it was going okay. The police picked up my truck today.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You
truck?
talking about your white truck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Somebody said that Ernesto is Lil Jon's brother. What? Okay. With all of the wow. Oh my God. If there's one thing that got on everybody's nerves is wow. Hey, Megan Lindsay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everyone coming in. Hit the like button. We are just getting into a call. It's Virgo season and Valentine's Day is a popular day too. So I wonder what, if you backtrack to Valentine's Day, what's the nexus of that period in time? Okay, we're getting into this call, and like I said, I'm just going to preface this. We make frequent stops. If you want to watch this in its entirety, please go to Phone Calls from Prison. They are a wonderful channel, and we had an interview with them last week. Very good people, and you can listen to it in its entirety. You don't want to hear commentary over the call. I'm not going to have my feelings hurt, but this is your warning at this moment that this is a reaction. Okay?
They said it's being used in the investigation.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, they came to the salon where I was. And they they waited outside for me. When I got ready to go, they blocked me in, and it was a tow truck there, a flatbed, and they put the truck on the flatbed. And they offered me a ride home, and I told them no, of course not. And thank God the lady that does my hair brought me home.
What kind of shit is that?
Well,
It's the kind of shit that happens when you date and marry a Dusty who has an extensive criminal background, who you don't know his business. You're married to him, you don't ask a lot of questions, you don't know what's going on in your household. As you heard in the other clip we just showed, which that wasn't really what I was highlighting, but it just happened to be something that got played, is that Erica King, his co-defendant, was living next door. What that meant, I do not know. Is Erica King the side chick? Not that I know of. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know what their relationship is, but we also know that Judge Manning said do not get in contact with her. Okay. Right, Jay. 68, but she just had a birthday, which would make her 69. But in any case, this is what we do know. Sis is in her 60s. Like, that's something that we can all agree on, since there's a discrepancy on so much. Like, we can everyone can agree to disagree that we know sis is in her 60s and very good. You know what I'm saying? Still, once again, he's too old to be doing what he's doing at his big age, and of 50 plus, okay? And unfortunately, being an experienced woman who's had a child, who's got grandchildren, who's been around the world, who's done many things, who has a very high profile job, sis girl.
That's what they said. They said, I asked them, do they have any proof? I said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking my truck?
What do you
Because
guys
it's being used in an investigation. Do you have any proof? What are you talking about? Yes, we have proof. I mean, no, we don't have proof. We have probable cause. And that can lead to proof. Sheridan came. Your daughter Sheridan came in. I mean, they didn't say that right away. I'm just trying to tell you all the stuff. It's out of order. They said that, there are a lot of papers with my name on them. My signature probably has been.
It's just the lack of protecting your daughter for me. I don't know what happened with Ernesto and her daughter and her daughter's kids. I know what's been alleged. But this is what I'm gonna, just from a mother standpoint, that when he starts to like, well, that was stupid, and just there's another call where he's like, is she bipolar? It's just weird to me that there's no kind of back up off my daughter, or look, we don't know what's going on. Just like, I'm telling you what, like, in a way she did say that, but in many instances, like, she's kind of drug her daughter a little bit. And that's kind of very weird to me. But Shirley seems to be very much on Ernesto's team, but people have also said in the comments, I wonder if she's working with those boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's not so much trying to set him up, but she's trying to make sure that she's not going to be wearing an orange suit for just complacency, signing documents. Because you sign documents, you don't know what you're signing. You can still, ignorance is not a defense, right?
Been forged.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What you saying?
Come on, honey. Come on.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. Where were you at?
I told you I was at the beauty shop, and the beauty shop is in Roswell. It's in Roswell, the same one I've been going to.
What?
And the same officer that arrested you was there, Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is.
Okay, and gosh, I wish I would have loaded it in. I did post the letter from Officer Fields in the video from about a day or two ago. I reached out to Officer Fields maybe Thursday for a comment on this case, and I did get back a communication from their from the communications department, basically. of Roswell County, letting me know that there were going to be no further statements. This is an ongoing investigation. And they sent me the original press release, and I do have it as a short, and I just need to post it. So my bad. Okay, Junior. So there's someone who's probably a little behind in the welcome when you get to this point. Thank you. So Junior, nephew Tommy, Carla, Shirley, these people have been together. Junior's been around for a minute, okay? But Shirley, Carla, nephew Tommy, definitely OGs on his show, and whoever else has started since then, girl, it's not even worth telling me about it because I'll be listening on Monday, but I don't know that I'll, you know what I mean? I don't commute anymore. But in any case, let's get back to it.
Wow.
Oh, in any case, the statement from Roswell, I will have that. I'll put it up on both of these, or I'll post it over on Real Talk Bougie, and I'll link it in the I'll put it in the playlist. Anything that's relevant to this story, this content, will be in my playlist.
Know where your beauty salon was?
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come and get it from over here, but it just, my car came up on the radar, the license plate, that it was in Roswell.
Wow.
Your car didn't come up on the radar. They have an undercover following you because they're going to tell her, we know exactly where you live. Da 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 da. They didn't know. They were waiting for you to put your pinky toe in Roswell so that Roswell could get the jacket for impounding. That's where those pieces were wanted. So once you stepped your pinky toe in Roswell, they were already following you. They may already know if you get your hair done on Wednesdays and you have a standing appointment. Well, sis, they already knew you were coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have a. And I said, well, what are you going to do with my truck? What does my truck have to do with this? They said it's for the victims. They need it to pay back the victims, some of the victims, and whoever this.
Ain't no, they're lying.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me, honey. I don't. I mean, I assume that this woman is setting you up or sets you up or whatever, but I assume that.
Wow.
I'm just wondering, and based on what he is being accused of, I'm just wondering, like, if Shirley clearly has a job, she makes money, right? No matter how much money that is, she has her own coins, right? If she purchased her car with her money or money that there's a paper trail for, that shouldn't be part of his investigation. But this kind of makes me think that he had access to her money and his monies were being intermingled with hers. Not necessarily, I'm not going to say he was money laundering. We don't have that as a charge that he's got in here, but it seems as though he may have been intermingling his coins with her coins, and they can't differentiate the coins. And if they can't differentiate the coins, any assets that the couple owns, they're going to look at it. So if she maintained her own money, her own separate accounts, her own buying history, she would have been able to, like, that's not his, that's mine, I have a title, I can prove it, da da da, all those things. But if they are intermingling money, maybe that's possible why they're basically seizing her assets too. That's why a lot of times you do see people separate themselves very quickly. How fast did Phaedra get distance herself from Apollo? I know I always bring up Phaedra, but I love Phaedra. But how fast? How fast has this guy who got arrested for the Long Island serial killer, how fast did his wife go ahead and file papers? You file papers, you distance yourself, you're protecting your assets, because as long as you stay a couple and those assets belong to both of you, if people want to start suing for damages and coming after things, yeah, she had to protect herself. So the best thing to do is divorce. So sometimes divorce, is really kind of a legal maneuver, but
So
she
all I can
she
tell
needs
you
to
is
make some
what
moves.
happened to me today. and I don't have a car to drive. So, oh, and they said they're gonna get my wedding ring too.
What are you talking about?
What?
Why do you say? Why when I tell you something? Why do you say that? Because I'm just telling you what they told me. They said they're gonna come and get it. I got it from Danielle Diamonds, and the $20,000 that she put on that, they're gonna get the
Stop
ring
talking,
too.
stop talking on the phone. Stop talking on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, just stop talking about this, because all this bullshit.
That's just what they told me.
All right. I understand that.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
is
but
not
it
a my man. I don't know who is, girl.
wasn't a great day for me either, you know.
That was a bad day. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Her
I mean,
car was in his business.
they let me get my stuff out. I don't know. I just really think they're just trying to keep this investigation open in hopes that they'll find something, you know, to keep you or something. It's like they don't have anything. They don't have anything. I know they don't.
I'm so sorry that happened to you today.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, you know, it's just okay. There ain't nothing we could do about it. You know, apparently they're really after you. They think you're some sort of big, I don't know. I don't know. You know.
I understand.
Girl, say it, kingpin.
Yeah, they're just really trying to stick it to you. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned the Bentley. They said that something, I can't remember exactly what they said about the Bentley. They mentioned the Bentley, that was part of the investigation, my truck, because they're trying to confiscate all your assets, I guess. So they said, we're trying to pay the victims. We're trying to pay.
Look, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I think that when you're married, you share assets, but at a certain point, if you don't know what your man is doing, your man is a little, you know, I mean, she should know. She lays down with this guy every day. I don't understand how you don't understand that homie was operating in these streets, intermingling what could have been, you know, on the books and what couldn't have been. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it would be a nightmare. And to me, a woman of her age and her maturity should have always kept her finances separate. You should have had your own finances and family finances for you two. And then you should have finances. He should have finances for himself. Because think of it this way, too, y'all. This lady has a daughter. And when you are a grown up and you have children separate from your husband, you got to protect your kids. And there are people out here every day. I was just listening to the story about Jim Brown, the football player. This man left a fortune. And guess what? His kids have nothing. His kids were left not a cent. Everything was left to his wife, not their mother, not the mothers, because I think he was known for having plenty of mommies. You know, he had women. Okay. The kids said that there was a will that was done later in life when maybe he had dementia or he was suffering from football injuries, head trauma, and you got to protect your children unless you don't give a fuck about leaving them anything. But if you want to leave your kids a little bit of coins, you got to have your money to the side. And there's nothing wrong with that. Any man that respects you and respects what you've done and that you have children to look after. But when you don't respect your kids, when we hear Shirley on the phone trashing her daughter, if we know one thing right now, Sheridan don't pay her rent. We know it's the beginning of the month, and Sheridan seems to always need money from her mother, according to her mother. You think Sheridan, she's young, so she may not really think that there's something odd with that. But sis, you're 27 years old. You got 2 kids. You should be able to pay your rent. And the fact that your mother is talking to her husband, okay, fine. But the man is in jail. The calls are recorded. Girl, I'm at my house in my home office. And girl, we talking about it on Saturday morning over coffee. Okay, phone calls have been released, and girl, is some hot tea on these damn blogger streets. Okay, that's what it is. Everybody knows Sheridan don't pay her rent. Everybody knows that Shirley was helping Sheridan with her kids. Everybody knows. Okay, she got marked. Okay, absolutely. Sheridan, unfortunately, is a victim in many more ways, and I hate that a mother, even no matter what beef you got with your daughter, how disappointed you are, if they haven't lived up to your standards, whatever little sis did that she should have done, at the end of the day, the one person I kind of feel bad for in these phone calls is Sheridan, because everyone didn't need to know that Sheridan's not handling her own business. But at the end of the day, like I said earlier, the truth will set you free. There's a lot of secrets in this family. And at the end of the day, sometimes people, Front Street is what happens a lot of times on YouTube. People get exposed out here, but sometimes exposing can take you down, or sometimes exposing can make you better. If you need that kick in the ass to get your shit together and start paying your damn rent and take care of your children and your finances and what you got going on, well, then maybe that's what it is. But at the end of the day, Shirley wasn't having any problem keeping all of this a very big secret. Now, again, did she need to go run tell everybody at her job everything that's going on? Absolutely not. But to the degree that you're a public figure, you are under contract, you have morality clauses, you've got codes of conduct. This is a show that is built off of a personality, and this person's personality and show persona is also built around a crew, the Steve Harvey Morning Show team or whatever. And if one person is down, everybody knows about it. Did we not know that nephew Tommy was in the hospital fighting for his life? They told us that. But you got a husband in jail for over 400 days. Of course, that's something you may not want everyone to know, but girl, is something everyone found out about. And also the fact that Sir's phone calls are all over the place.
The victim.
It ain't no victim. What it is, they're trying to hold on to your stuff. And first of all, I'm not going to talk on the phone because they listen to everything you say. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that, and I know what it is. So I'm not going to get all in. I'm not going to talk on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
But I understand what you're saying. Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Boy, look at here. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it just hurts my heart that they think you're some sort of monster. You don't know who he is. You don't know who he is.
What?
Yeah. It's like they keep adding charges and adding charges. Adding, the longer you're in there, the more charges they add.
Right. Well, they have to do that to keep me. They add and take off, add and take off, add and take off.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. And then when they get in the courtroom, it gets so confusing. Wow. Damn. I can imagine.
Shirley really operates in a victim mentality. It bothers me so much that they think that you're some sort of monster. They never said he was some sort of monster. They said you don't know who you're married to, and they think he's a criminal. That's why he's sitting up there in the jailhouse, and he's got 18 charges and potentially more coming. That doesn't mean he's guilty, but the average person, look, we know what can happen. Sometimes people misidentity, all of those, mistaken identity, all of these things. Those things can happen, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about a specific person in a specific moment of time in a specific situation. Most people don't have a co-defendant, an array of charges, all of these things. And it's just from the R word, okay, from things with children, photos in a computer, financial fraud. You got, what's his name? Charleston White said he's into him for over $1 million. Okay. Some sort, I guess we could go over there and hear what's going on, but he said he's been talking about it. That man conned him. I don't know what if that's what I've heard. That's what I heard him say. As far as the details on that, I can't tell you, but she's making it seem like they're just after him to make him look like a bad person. And they're telling her that her name is on documents, her signature could have been frauded, or that someone could have forged her signature. How in the world are you not asking questions? What is going on? Like when they said this to her, my first question would have been like, what type of my signature on what? Where's my signature? And maybe she did ask those questions, but she's not saying she asked those questions. It's very strange to me as kind of a true crime buff to hear have someone say something to you and you not naturally say, my signature, my name, what? Not saying she needed to go downtown or anything, but at the end of the day, who signed what? My signature where? My signature on what? Where? Huh? Who? Tell me. But if he's handling all of your affairs and you don't have anything in your name anymore, this explains why Shirley is over in a room over at Tasha's house. She's living in a room as some lady named Tosh. How in the world do you go from mink coats and lavish weddings and having some coins and sitting at the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and it sounds like you don't have $10?
You like that? Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I just faced it head on. It's like nothing I could do.
What a day today for you.
What a day today for you.
Yeah. There's nothing I could do about it.
I would knock him in his teeth. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I would be
I
mad.
just came out and said, "What is going on here?" Because they had the police car, back and blocking me in. I couldn't get out. Even if I wanted to get out, I couldn't get out.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay then.
And they said, "Oh, we'll take you home. We'll give you a ride home. Where you live with Tasha and they said all that."
What?
What?
Well, it's
okay.
it's just like, yeah, they're just really trying to discredit you. You have no idea who your husband is, who you're married to. I told them, the person you're talking about is not the man I'm married to. Oh, you have no idea who your husband is, and just trying to discredit you, and and just
I understand.
yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They always try to pretend like they're your friends. So you tell them, they think slip up and tell them stuff.
Wow.
They always try to pretend
So
that. How do you know what they always tried to do?
And come and sit down and talk to us.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like, why?
So the tea is that people think like, hey, is Shirley working with the boys? Like, does she know, like, she can't be this naive. I'm not even going to say stupid. Okay. But I did. So some people are like, maybe she's working with them boys. Okay. I don't know. Let's move on.
The Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
I'm back to share some clips I've compiled of Shirley and Ernesto talking about Steve Harvey, his wife Marjorie, and their luxurious home. You will hear Shirley describe how she told her boss Steve about Ernesto's situation. You will also hear what Shirley thinks of Marjorie and how she believes Steve is scared of his wife. Shirley said,
now this is what upset the internet this week, because I don't think that Shirley is jealous of Marjorie. I think she just saw like how the lady is living. Okay. And that's what you have. Like, Shirley is a good looking woman, and Shirley could have had those things too. Shirley could have met herself a high roller. Shirley could have met herself somebody who is doing things and making money legally, right? I don't know what Steve's past is. He seems to have himself, I mean, look, everyone has lots of different friends of lots of different persuasions, right? But at the end of the day, I think I don't think it was jealousy. Maybe it was a little bit of envy, but she said motivation, and there's nothing wrong with that, with kind of like, wow, I wish I could have those things. That's so nice to have those amenities in your home or things available to you. I didn't really take that as jealousy, but it does sound like Marjorie doesn't really fool with those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like more so like, oh, Steve's having the his employees. Steve's employees are coming for kind of an offsite. Steve's having an offsite this weekend, so I will be in Paris at the apartment, and just call me over there. I'll be in Paris. I'm gonna do some shopping. They're waiting for me over at Hermes. Um, okay, I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay. And she probably hightailed it out of town because she didn't feel like socializing with them. Those are his coworkers. Those are his people. His people are coming to do business. And I do shopping. I do socialiting. I do rich bitches. Okay.
Says that Marjorie looks at her as the help. She also seemed concerned that Steve was very winded after walking up a flight of stairs.
No, I just told Steve yesterday. Tosh was telling me I should tell him and all that stuff. And, she was like, well, he's going to want to know. I said, well, if I don't tell him and he asks me, I'll just tell him because I just couldn't talk about it. I just, I didn't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't talk about it. He'll understand. So anyway, I just called him and I told him, and, he was all right. He asked me if I needed anything. And, I told him, no, I was okay. I don't want to ask him for anything money wise, but, thank you for offering. And if I do need something, I'll let him know.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you have to say about the whole situation?
He didn't have too much.
You see how he perked up about that? I feel like he took that as, oh, okay, wallet open. Like he seemed to be a little perky about the matter, right? Like when she said that, it was like, oh, okay, well, that's good news. If you need something, that's code for I got you, right? Interest, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I find that kind of a little bit like, okay, sir. Interesting.
Much to say. He just said, find out everything that I could, and depending on the outcome, I got to start moving forward with my life. That's, and I said, yeah, I know. I'm gonna start looking for a place on Monday. I mean, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Depending on the outcome, you need to start moving forward with your life, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that doesn't mean divorce, but that means if homie's not going to be around, sis, you got to prepare yourself. I just don't understand. And I hate to keep saying this. So I'm going to try not to say it again, but a woman of her maturity. Okay. And I'm talking about age and longevity, would put herself in a position where you're no longer handling anything of what seems to be your finances, to the point where this guy had stuff in his name, his company's name. Like, this is just a mess. At 69, 68, you married him maybe in your late 50s, early, because they've been married, they would have been married 9 years this year. They are married 9 years this year. Too much. 2024 will be 9 years of marriage. So she was definitely a seasoned baddie out here and should have maintained some of her financial separation from him. Also, for the fact you got a daughter and grandchildren, to protect your assets for them. And if you fell and bumped your head, do you guys remember what happened to B. Smith? Do you guys remember B. Smith? She is, I don't want to say, she was a home kind of home decor chef, lifestyle, if you will, lifestylist in the vein of like a Martha Stewart, 80s, 90s. Sis became afflicted with Alzheimer's. Her husband, she'd completely kind of gone into another world. She was in full dementia, full Alzheimer's. I believe her husband, if he didn't divorce her, he definitely had another woman living in the house with him. All her money, spending her money, took her place right in her face. Ridiculous.
Okay. So that means that he's saying that I'm guilty. That's basically what he's saying.
Well, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He just said that you gotta, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You just gotta make sure you're.
Sussex, I'm gonna do some searching. I'm waiting to get some information, and I think based on the information I didn't ask the folks at phone calls from prison for that information. I'll have it myself. Um, and I'm gonna see. We did learn from them that her name is Sonia. And it may be on the call logs. So once I receive my own copy of the call logs, and maybe I can do some searches. I'm not going to um I'm going to see. I don't want to say what I'm going to do yet, but I should have that information. And let's see. You know what I mean? But we do know her name is Sonia. No pictures. No pictures at this time.
You got your stuff together, and you still got to move forward. That's all he said. He didn't say you were guilty. He didn't say any of that.
Oh.
I mean, he might feel that way, but that's not what he said.
Oh. Okay.
And it's, I said it's okay. It's the truth will come out. The truth will come out.
Right. I mean, I've seen all that. I've seen your boss go through a lot of shit too. Still standing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would he say that? Not that that's not true, but why would he say that? That's weird. Okay, did this stop?
I mean, he wasn't being judgmental. He didn't judge or anything. Not to my face anyway. I've never gone through anything like this before, ever. Ever. My name in the papers associated with crimes and all this kind of stuff.
Your name in the paper. Put your name in the paper.
I mean, not the papers, in the news.
Okay, guys, sorry. I had a little technical difficulty. I needed to kind of reset, so my bad. Let me reset this. It just seemed to be lagging, so my bad.
Shirley Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
Okay, so you say on Facebook. Facebook what?
What do you mean Facebook? Well, I don't know. It was on Facebook. One of those shows. Somebody had it on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we saw it last night.
Oh, you saw it last night?
We saw it last night. It's on there.
Oh, is that it?
Come on.
So, okay, let's address that. I saw it on Facebook. Is that it? This is my point. First of all, internet is global. That's number one. But okay, at this moment in time, November, October 2022, Facebook, is that it? Okay. It took a minute, but now we're here. Now every blogger's talking about it, and it's just a matter of time. There have been plenty of news stories in Atlanta regarding this. However, now Steve and Shirley have to talk about it. They are very much plugged into social media. They know exactly what's going on. And at the end of the day, this story was definitely pushed by the internet. In less than a couple of weeks for them to what was a little known kind of, yeah, people are talking about it, but it's not really going to many places, to millions of views across many different channels, and them having to talk about it, right?
Come on now.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if it's really out there. Because guess what? They got to retract all.
He was definitely trying to minimize it. Absolutely.
My cousin in Chicago called me and said, she saw something on the internet. Is it true? Somebody else called me and said that it was in Maryland. Yeah, it's out there.
Shirley sounds silly saying it like that you know what I'm saying? It's like, Shirley, really? I don't know. Maybe we gave her too much credit. Someone said they saw it in Maryland. Someone said girl, it's the internet. Someone saw it in Abu Dhabi. Somebody saw it in Kinshasa, and someone saw it in on some street corner in Brazil. It's on the internet.
I think it was on. Somebody said it was on CNN. I don't know because I didn't see it on CNN.
Don't say that, Brown and Beachy Vlogs. It's not my fault.
Out there in Chicago,
girl. Don't send them. Don't send them folks to my house,
this is
girl.
Difficult. But I mean, I'm not dead or anything like that. but it is difficult. That's all I'm telling you. It is difficult. I'm not saying it's your
Look, we want to know the story. At the end of the day, people are consumers out here, right? I don't want to say we have a right to know, but at the end of the day, these people show up on our radios every day. People are paying for subscriptions. There are people in the city of Atlanta who are complaining that they have been frauded by a certain gentleman who this lady is married to. And if you know what I'm saying, like, look, if you don't mind discussing other situations, I mean, sometimes, as public figures, people are going to discuss yours, and that's just kind of what it is, right? Girl, that's what it is. People are going to talk about it. And like I said, if Shirley is about that life, that strawberry letter life, you're going to want to use this as a teaching moment to let the younger dolls know, don't let this situation happen to you, because girl, if I would have known better, I would have kept my finances. If I would have known better, maybe I would have done a background check. If I would have known better, I would have told that ninja, don't mess around with that damn phone, because I'm going to be calling and get records once a month. Like, if I would have known, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But at the end of the day, we're here. And if sis did not know that this man was doing her wrong, taking her money, talking to other women, living a whole entire double jail life, she needed to know. So you know what I'm saying? She could send me a thank you note, because at the end of the day, this lady needed to know what was going on before she ends up packed up and trying to check into a hotel with her last couple $1,000s, because that happens. We see that all the time. Look at damn Tori Spelling. Her father was the richest guy in Hollywood. Love Boat, Fantasy Island, all those shows. That guy was like the what is her name, from the woman who Sandra, who puts together Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, the lady who is just the prolific television producer. He was a prolific television producer, Aaron Spelling. Okay, his daughter is living in an RV at an RV park. Okay, they had the biggest house in Hollywood. He died. He left both of his kids $1 million apiece, and he left his wife millions and millions of dollars. And Tori went through her money, and Tori is living over there at the damn RV park, and doesn't have any money. Shonda Rhimes, excuse me, thank you. Shonda Rhimes is giving rich bitch, okay? I'm sure she is very, 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 very wealthy, right? This is important. I mean, women and men. I mean, you shouldn't be too far away from knowing what's going on. And this lady got too far away, too lost in the sauce, too happy to be Mrs. Williams, too happy with him posting her up on Instagram, and now she's looking stupid. And girl, by all accounts, slow. Sis needed to know what was going on. This is a
thing. This is it is what it is.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm good. I ain't mad. I got past the mad part. I ain't mad no more. Nothing no more.
Yeah.
I ain't.
Why are you mad? She's living in a back room.
They trying to fish for something. They ain't got shit. So it is what it is. You trying to put me with people that I don't even know nothing about. So
yeah,
what it is. I mean, it's simple. It's common sense. Anybody got some sense, they'll see that.
Well, people don't. You got to think about people that. There are a lot of haters out there in the world too. It's not common sense.
Yeah.
People want to see you fail. People want to see you go down. I only told Steve, and that's only because they said co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. They put his name in it.
Oh, that's why. Well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it's okay. Whatever. Even if I didn't do anything, it's still whatever. Right. I have a right to handle this how I handle it.
Now you do.
Girl, and you handled it very bad.
Yeah, it's a lot. If I don't feel like talking about it, I don't feel like talking.
You know what? You know how he got in? Because she talks too much about her family. She's the type of woman that he could tell she was looking for a way out and someone to come rescue her, and that she was tired of her daughter being in her pockets, and he could infiltrate. This is kind of like with Wendy Williams too, and her son. Wendy is so mad at damn Kelvin and the situation with her son. she's able to let other people get in between her and her son and what they got going on, because Wendy's the one with the money, but unfortunately, God bless Wendy, she's losing her, you know what I mean? She's got illnesses, and I don't know if she is in dementia or what is going on with that woman medically, but sis has a problem. And people who know that your family, your kids are not close to you and you don't really have anybody protecting you, your husband's gone, daddy gone, son gone, and they know you're out here by yourself, and they know they can kind of infiltrate, and low key you got disdain for those people, and they can come through. Any man who co-signs talking trash about your kid, if you notice in later calls when he says that's Lakeisha, that's my daughter, he says she's crazy, he said Lakeisha crazy, but at the end of the day, you didn't hear Shirley say anything about Lakeisha. He said, remember when Lakeisha used to break into my Instagram? Okay, but she never called Lakeisha stupid. She's over here calling Sheridan all kinds of everything. So the fact that she can sit there and trash her only child is really sad. And that's how he got to her, because she isolates herself. And that's the perfect situation for someone to come take advantage of you.
About it, period. I don't. I mean, there are enough people out there, I'm sure, that are running their mouths. It was all on my Instagram. I had to cut my Instagram off.
Damn, it was going that deep?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Wow. So you had to cut it off.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off and all of that. Yeah.
He's outside.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, I got you. Wow. Okay then. Well.
Yeah, because they were saying really horrible things
about me and you.
Just hurtful things. Yeah, very hurtful, very damaging.
What's hurtful? Your man got arrested for financial fraud. There's people out here that are looking for their coins. Your husband got arrested for all kinds of things, that he's running around Roswell offering like life coaching and brand advice and making promises, and people are filing complaints because they're paying for things that are not being delivered. That's the hurtful things. You as a businesswoman, you as a grown woman should be more concerned that his name and your name are associated together, and he's running around the city of Atlanta not fulfilling on contracts or agreements that people have rendered payment for. That's what I would be concerned about. Babe, somebody called and said they gave you $10,000 and you never met with them once. What happened? What's going on? How can we make this right? But no, you sit up there to the point where I'm at the beauty shop trying to get my washing set, and someone's coming in and taking my vehicle, and you talked me into putting my money into your business. I don't even have $10 in my own account. Now all my shit is on block because of you, and I'm living in a back room somewhere. Are you kidding?
All of that. Just
I don't even have an
things,
apartment.
Very hurtful.
Wow.
Mean,
I would be pissed.
Mean things.
Damn.
So I just cut it off.
Who showed y'all that?
He got 3 hots, a cot, and plenty of time to talk on the phone. And she's over here pouring her heart out. And girl, you sound silly. You should have been you should have your own attorney. That's what you should have been spending $2,500 a month on. Whether you're getting a divorce or not, you should have figured out, where is my money and how do I regain control of my assets so I'm not sitting at the shelter. Which she's still working, so I'm sure that that's not going to be the case. But she got a lot of making up to do. And sis is 69 years old. I mean, that's not like, who wants to work till 80? She should be out here vacationing somewhere. She should be out here at her nice little house, her nice little bungalow, looking at some damn palm trees right now and her feet dug into the sand. She should be listening to music and waiting for her masseuse to come through, just like Marjorie. She's sitting up there looking at Marjorie living the life. Sis, that should have been you. You've been working for 30 years. Marjorie's been socialiting for 30 years, but see where socialiting got Marjorie? See where positioning yourself well with your husband that's not using your name for clout got Marjorie?
Yeah, but I knew it was going to be on there. Yeah, Hush found one because she was looking. I wasn't looking for it, but I knew they were on there. I already knew because that's what people do. They go to your social media and make comments.
Okay, so how your boss saying he ain't seen you in 3 years? So how you feel?
He saw me in Dubai, but yeah, he was
Okay,
fine.
that's right. Okay,
Yeah, he was fine. He just has a lot going on. A whole lot.
like everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. But when you got that kind,
See what?
I said when you got that kind of money, it's a whole lot. A lot of people working for them.
Yeah.
A lot of people pulling at them.
Yeah, man. I can imagine that. I
Yeah.
certainly can.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, but like you say, everybody has a lot going on on their own level.
That is true.
It's winded going up those stairs. He was really
winded.
He was really out of breath.
For real?
Yeah.
What about them pills he's talking about you gonna get?
They weren't pills. It's like a superfood powder.
Uh-huh.
It's not. I thought it was pills too. I wish it was because it'd be easier to take. But this is like, sometimes I take those powders and put them in the blender with ice. That's what this is.
Oh, does it work?
I don't know. I just got it yesterday.
Did he say it worked for him?
Yeah, he said it worked. He said you won't have any inflammation and all that. Because my knees really hurt.
You gonna be able to walk up and down the stairs?
I do it every day, 10 times a day. I may not be as fast. Yeah, I may not be as fast as I was. But yeah, I push myself. I make myself do it.
Okay, hey, guess what? You snapped back then. Okay, all right then. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I still have quick reflexes. Don't be fooled. No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No.
Does she look old though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. But done it. No, he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? He's scared. God.
All of that, yeah. But yeah, everything. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said okay. But I mean, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to dream. It's like, wow, have a sauna in your house, have a steam room, all the things that you go outside of the house to do. Not that, but things like that I would love to have inside. So I wouldn't have to go outside for those, like get my hair done, get my nails done, get a massage, people come to you. Yeah. Yeah. And then she gets in these little, you've seen these chambers where people get in. Like remember they used to talk about Michael Jackson having that tube-like thing he used to get in.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, she's got.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Her job is to stay that way. Her job is to be fly all the time. She's a trophy wife.
Stuff like that in her spa, which is really cool.
What the change?
So yeah, I guess it helps your skin, stay tight, and it's light therapy, that ultraviolet light.
Damn.
It helps. I mean, they got it's really cool the things that they have. It's like, man, I would love to have stuff like that. To be able, like for my knees, for example, just go in there, get a massage, get my knees worked on.
Well, but Shirley, you know what? You could have a membership. Okay, let's think membership. My husband's not a millionaire, and my husband's also sitting in jail right now. And I think that that's wonderful to be able to see, something and it gives you motivation and that's cool and all that. But sis, you don't have to sit there and really envy that. Go make an appointment at a spa. She's got a spa because her man is rich. Okay. And her job is trophy wifing. Okay. She's got to look good. She's got to be ready. She's got to look like $1 million. These people are strolling in designer constantly. That's part of their brand. The happy looking rich billionaire, millionaire black couple that's very successful. Okay. That's what they do. That's how they make money. You, on the other hand, ma'am, just like you went and got your hair and your nails done, go make an appointment at the spa. Okay. You don't say, not saying you don't need to have that. Once you start doing it, and then you can get to a position where you do it so much that maybe you'll put yourself into a position to have those things. Marjorie does it so much, she doesn't want to leave the house to do it. So she put it in her house.
No, all of that. They got all
You're
of
not
that
even
stuff.
doing it.
Like she'll have a chiropractor come to the house. It's just really cool.
Damn.
Damn.
They got money. They got money. They got money.
But does he use that stuff?
It's so attainable.
He
I
got a
mean,
big,
everyone's not going to
gigantic
have that in their
like
house, but
huge with all kinds of state of the art equipment.
she's in a, she's in a network and a circle of people who do very well for themselves. There's no reason why Shirley should have been with a guy like that. There's every reason why he infiltrated her, but there is no reason why she should be getting caught blindsided with this guy. She should have known the first time he got arrested, it was time to cut and run. She should have known. If you look at his list of charges, we're talking 2019. We'll look at that. I told you guys I would pull that up. We're looking at charges. They've been married since 2015. So when he was arrested in 2019, when he was arrested in 2020, when he was arrested in 2021, that wasn't a clue. It was time, like something's wrong. That wasn't any kind of a clue.
I mean, I'm not working out, but at least I'm walking. I wasn't winded going up those stairs, I'll tell you that. He was breathing like,
for real?
Yes.
Damn.
I know.
You got all that stuff in there and doing all that?
Yeah, I was really surprised about that. Because when he walked up those stairs, he was very winded. Very winded.
But he smoked cigars too, though. See?
Yeah, he smokes cigars. And I don't know if he does cardio. I think he just lifts weights and stuff. I don't know if he does cardio. You got to do something for your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to do that now. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he was very winded.
Sis, you got to do something for your heart. Okay. Why don't you do something for your heart? Okay.
So last night when I got home, I came home about 4 something. I lied down from about 5 to 6 or something 6 to 7. And then I got up and walked. I was like, I don't want to be winded like that. And I'm 3 years older than he is.
Damn.
Now, and keep in mind, this is a private conversation, but at the beginning of, you have received a call from call will be recorded and monitored. Of course, they did not expect that this would end up in the fashion it is now. But girl, your braids are beautiful, Chrissy. She did not think that this pillow talking was going to be, girl, chopped, screwed, sliced, diced, broadcasted, girl, learning lessons, cautionary tales, girl, expose, all of the things. She didn't realize, she didn't think about that.
A big ass hug. I know he did.
Yeah, he did. He was happy to see us.
Okay, all right, okay.
He always invites us over there. We don't never go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because I don't know if she's there, and she's
girl, okay.
Nope.
Damn. Wow.
She looked at us as the help,
Girl, the help. And look, no offense, the help doesn't just meet a maid. You work for her husband. If you feel some type of way because you're not, look, Marjorie Harvey is sitting over there with Kris Jenner. I'm sorry. She's sitting over there with Oprah. She's sitting over there with the heavy hitters, the female heavy hitters and their wives and the other couples, Beyonce, all of the things. Yes, you are not cleaning up and serving, but you are working. Okay. When you are over to the house, it's like an offsite event. Clearly, if she thinks of you as the help, and Steve is going down memory lane and enjoying you guys and everything, but their friendship circle clearly does not include you. Okay. If you feel comfortable to articulate, and Ernesto, you're telling him this after 9 years of marriage, obviously y'all are not socializing together. When you go socialize with Mr. Steve, it is because it's a special event. So maybe Steve didn't know them like that. Maybe he did meet Steve casually, because if him and Steve were homies, then he would know Steve a little bit better. And it seems like there would be more of a couple's relationship. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really sound like they get down like that as couple friends. This is her boss. He was trying to connect probably on a deeper level with Steve by attaching himself to Miss Ma'am. And he did that. But if he's telling Shirley already, it's going to be time to move on, cut and run, have your plans, be ready, da, 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 da. Steve is not reaching out. Steve is not on the call log. Steve said best wishes. Steve told me if I need something, you let me know. So Steve is her work buddy, colleague, friend. Marjorie and Steve are not their couple friend. That's her boss's wife. Marjorie wasn't home because her husband was having the work folk over to the house. And I'm going to go over to my friend's house. I don't want to be in the way. I don't want to talk business because I'm a socialite. I do shopping. I do parties. I do events. I do number one stunner when we hit the streets in Paris. Okay. I got to go meet my socialite daughter. You know what I'm saying? Sis is busy. Okay. Handling rich bitch things. Okay. Shirley is over here accepting jail calls. Yeah. Marjorie don't have nothing to do with you, sis. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's just what it is at this moment. So I'm sure she's not happy. I'm very sure she's not happy to hear, but that's the truth. You work for her husband. So maybe you're not the help as a maid, but you're the help as in you're a worker, you're an employee. They don't really consider you friends because even though Steve has respect for you, you work for him. You're an employee.
Yeah, right. And that's, it is what it is. Whatever.
On the next episode, I'll pick back up on Steve Harvey and Ernesto's love triangle with Shirley and Sonia, aka the woman in Florida. Thanks for watching.
Shirley and Sonia. Okay, let's pivot to this real quick. Let me just show y'all this. You guys have seen this. If you follow Marjorie Harvey, which, obviously, like, look, girl, this is what they're doing. When Steve is, girl, okay, hold on. Marjorie is not playing with y'all out here. Sis stays threaded down. Okay, look at them. Matching silk suits, going shopping. He's got his he got his man purse. He got his merce. Okay. That's Marjorie Harvey's mother. Okay. You think Marjorie would ever say a word about her daughter, Lori? You think she would ever, even if she talked trash to Steve, I don't like what she did, or she needs to calm down, or blah, 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 blah. You think it's ever going to hit the papers? Okay. You don't do that. Shirley is out of order the way she was talking about her daughter. I'm sorry. I don't care what her daughter has done. As a mother, you don't do that. Okay. This is what the Harveys get into. Okay. This is Marjorie's job right here, posting up and making Steve look he's that man. Okay. So where Naomi Campbell is coming through and commenting, she by Sheree, Phaedra, Tammy Roman, all of the celebrities, everybody's coming through to say, what's up? This is Marjorie's job. She keeps them on brand. We're rich. We're having a good time. We are mature. We like to dress. And we stay on vacation. Okay? What does she need to be at the house for? Making cookies and sandwiches for the workers that are coming for vacation in Dubai? He's giving y'all a little break and a treat to come out to the house. Girl, she's gone. She's out with her friends. She's handling business. I wouldn't be worried about anything Marjorie. I wouldn't be worried about anything Marjorie has to do. Okay, that was probably a mistake. Hopefully, hopefully it's a mistake that's not going to cost her her contract with Steve, but you never know. This post right here, girl. Here's Steve. I love you. Okay. Deion Sanders, clean baller alert. Y'all better serve Mike Epps. Okay. Everybody coming through, loving the fits, looking, look at Marjorie showing off a little bit of her gray. Girl, we're mature, okay? And I still go skydiving, okay? Look at me, guys. This is her job, creating content for her Instagram, her social media, her showing off places like Dubai. Don't think she's probably not some sort of an ambassador. She loves it overseas. And I'm talking about like ambassador with an A, not ambassador with an E. Look at her. She's showing off Dubai, but she's also doing something fun. And she's a woman of a certain age, and she's enjoying the good life. She's living her best life. This is her job. That's why she has a spa in her house. Okay. Now let's pivot. Here's Shirley with Akon. I think this is when they were in Dubai. Let's see. She says, this is when they were in Dubai. I don't know if this is the last trip in Dubai or just a trip in Dubai. There's Akon. There's some pictures with them out having some lunch. Let's hear.
From my patio. Okay, now this is the view from my patio in Dubai. See all of that?
And I'm sorry, that's what you should be doing. You've earned that. The fact that, unfortunately for Shirley, she is involved in this mess. I mean, that's her mess. I mean, I don't really feel sorry for her in that sense, because sis, you locked in on that the first time, and then the second time, the third, and now he's been in here for 400 days. But this is what you deserve as a woman who's worked for as long as you have, and you are you are top tier in your industry. This is where you should be right now.
I don't know what that is, but
because you opted in for less and found yourself with this man who clearly is not who you should be with. Maybe your daughter is salty with you because she's not happy with your husband.
Get bigger for you. I don't know what that is, but I want to find out. Nice. Okay, let me get it from this side. Ooh, I'm kind of far up here. To Mac. Look at this view. Oh, it's open? Look at this fantastic view. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay, let's keep going.
Don't you just love this view? Look at the water.
Look at Tommy.
We're sitting by the beach. We just had lunch.
She wanted us to see Steve, Tommy, girl. They're over there. I believe that's the Burj Khalifa. And they are over there enjoying the beautiful scenery, the weather, her coworkers. Okay. Sis, what are you doing on these phone calls? If that lady has not cut and run and she's going to stand by this dude, she deserves whatever she gets. At the end of the day, she doesn't need me, you, and nobody. She needs to go down her Facebook feed and look at her life. Then she needs to search her name, and she needs to take a long, hard look at what is going on and check herself. And if she sits up there and checks herself, girl, let Ernest fend for himself. Ernest did this and he can get himself out of it. I would not be helping that man do shit, but I would be spending my coins on my lawyer trying to separate myself from this mess, because the longer she stays married to him, if he is found guilty of anything, those people are going to come and take every single cent from her. So obviously these are, he has a list of felonies that he's being held to account for in Fulton and a couple of other counties in Georgia. And he hasn't been convicted of anything yet. Okay. However, it sounds pretty bad. It sounds like from these audios, she is not even living on her own. She's living at someone named Tasha's house. She is really having a hard time. And now they're going to talk about it on Monday. So we'll regroup and talk about this on Monday. When I go over to Real Talk Bougie, I think I'll talk about some of the videos I have posted over there, which are not videos that you'll see over here. So there are some exclusive videos. If you're coming from phone calls from prison, I have reacted to some of their videos, but I have some videos that have not been posted over on their channel. Some videos exclusive to my channel, and they are featured in a playlist. And then there's the reactions that I've done over here. So if you want to check those out, please, you are more than welcome to come and do so. I don't know. I feel like this is a good stopping point because we're almost like right at 2 hours. This is a whole mess. And, I'm not going to say, like I said earlier, it's not that I don't feel bad for Shirley, but I feel like Shirley locked in on this and opted to make a decision. I don't have a lot of respect for some of the things that I heard her say about her kid, even though, yes, it was a private conversation. But the fact that you'll even say that to your husband, that is not that girl's blood. She has a court order for him to have no contact with her. There are allegations of between your child, your grandchildren, and this man. I'm just very much like a little taken aback. And it's very unfortunate, but hopefully Shirley will get this whole thing together, make it make sense on Monday. Tell us, I just have a feeling that because this is an ongoing investigation, that she's not really going to be able to say much. Let's clear the air, guys. Now, can Steve Harvey talk about what's going on with he and his wife? Yeah, Dubai looks beautiful, right? Can Steve Harvey speak on what's going on with he and Marjorie? And are we going to get we're big just fine or all of those things? Who knows? I'm interested to see. But at the end of the day, this is not Ernesto's first rodeo. There have been, I think I told you guys I'll pull that up. You guys want me to pull up? Let me see if I can pull up Fulton County real quick and show you guys. Hold on. Which this is over on my other channel anyway, but let's see if I can pull it up real quick. And his name is Ernest. Okay. Obviously, I have people say, oh, his name is really Ernest. Girl, we know. But he goes by Nesto out here on these streets. Okay, sis? Like, it's okay. Like, I have to remind people sometimes I can't say everything all at once. And sometimes some things have been said so much, it should be a given. And if it's not, that's okay. All you got to do is just look in the playlist, right? But yes, his name is Ernest Williams. Why he latched on to Ernesto, girl, I have no idea. But honey, it's not good. Okay. Mm, all right. Let me. I don't get it. It's like, sis, how much, how much is too much? Okay, let's take a look. And of course, Ernest is accused. He has not been convicted. He has the right to his day in court. So we cannot convict him of what we don't know that he has been able to sit in front of a judge and jury. So any of the legal eagles out there, yes, these are alleged, these are allegations. And he has not had his day in court yet. He has maintained his innocence on some of these calls. So I just want to preface that for anyone who's going to say he's not been convicted yet. Okay, but these are the allegations and the charges. Okay. Lots of things. Financial transaction fraud, theft by deception, We see many, many things. Okay. Many, 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 many things. I don't want to park on anything for too long because the computer is reading. Let's look at some of these dates on here. He has a detainer from Henry County. So anything that gets dismissed, like let's just say if all of a sudden he was able to walk out the door of Cobb, Henry County's coming to get him. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a detainer on him right now. Okay. But look at these dates. Okay. Just think about it. 2020. Okay. When did they get married? 2015. What's the date now? 2023, 2020, 2022, 2021, 2019, 2021, 2022. Like this is all since, like this is not just yesterday. This is a problem. This is meet me downtown. Oh God, let me call the attorney again. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. 2021. Look at this. Weren't you in Dubai? You were in Dubai when some of this was going on, right? Offense date. When was she in Dubai on Facebook? Let's see. What was the date on that? Hold up. She posted this fun in Dubai. December 1st, 2021. Can you see that? Hold on. Fun in Dubai, December 2021. Okay. That was this video. Okay. Can y'all see this? Oh, man. Oh, I see what you're saying. I hope you guys are seeing this. Oh, I see what's going on. When I click over to it, you guys can't see. Okay. Is this moving? Let me check on my monitor. Sorry. Okay. You guys are seeing this. Okay. This is December. Okay. December 1st, 2021. Okay. Let's go back over here. December 1st. December 1st, 2021. What was he accused of? What was the offense on December 1st, 2021? Financial transaction fraud. So Shirley's over there at the Burj Khalifa and Sir is over here. According to this record, the offense date, you see this right here? Offense date 12/1/21. While she was busy hobnobbing with her boss, Sir was over here catching a charge, as they say, catching a charge. You see what I'm saying? Shirley, girl, come on now. 2019, 2021, 2020. This is nothing new. So this lady has opted into this situation. And all right, let's I thought I had pulled up a news story, but that just might be enough. This is who you know when you pull up these websites, it's got so many damn advertisements associated with it. It's so annoying. I wasn't ready to, you know what, we'll do that over on my other channel because I think that's we've covered the news stories and things like that over there. Let's see. Let me show you this just so we can close out. This is Erica Hughley, Erica King, Erica Hughley Rothschild, his co-defendant. So when you hear them say no contact with your co-defendant, that's this person. That's his mugshot. Roswell Police Department has made multiple arrests in this extensive $1 million fraud scheme. This is according to the Georgia Sun. The investigation early June of this year, Roswell detectives began an investigation into a reported rental fraud at a property in the 900 block of Pine Grove Road. As that investigation progressed, detectives uncovered what they call an extensive fraudulent business scheme that resulted in the arrest of, at the time, 57-year-old Ernest Williams, aka Nesto, by most associates and victims, as well as 46-year-old girl, 46, um, Erica Hughley Rothschild, Erica King, all of the things. Okay. Um, what else did I want to show you guys real quick? Or is that enough? Is that enough? Um, girl, I would have had this thing taken down. Let's just show the adults. Okay, so let's make sure you guys can see this. Okay. It's sad. Beautiful, beautiful wedding. Um, so he's posting up her in Dubai. He wasn't there. It's like clearly you were. Gosh, look at her caftan. Look how beautiful that is. The blue with the gold. Shirley, sis, you deserve all of that. You deserve that. That's what Shirley deserves. She's worked very hard with her career. I'm going to give her that. You know what I mean? She deserves to be hobnobbing, enjoying the fruits of her labor. You guys have created something amazing with this guy, Mr. Steve Harvey, who's done very well for himself. And you deserve to be in one of the most beautiful cities, one of the most glamorous cities in the world, wearing this beautiful gown and doing all of these things. The fact that you have allowed this man to attach himself to you and drag you down the damn rabbit hole as you have been, I wouldn't spend another dollar, sis. You got to get yourself up out of that. And until she does, I don't think anyone's going to really feel sorry for her, because I don't. I don't. Only from the aspect of a hardworking woman, and knowing you guys know how hard it is out here in corporate America to make a place for yourself and have a wonderful career and make money, have children and all of those things, whether you have a husband, a partner, whatever you've got going on. Life is not easy, especially to attain top tier. Top tier work is not easy. It may look easy because you start to enjoy some fruits of your labor, but it's hard. And I do feel bad for her that she's got this damn weirdo attached to her. But sis has opted in for this, unfortunately, and she gonna have to opt herself up out of it. So, anywho, yes, girl, Erica Hughley, girl. But this is who he was associating with. So look at it how they say that, hey Buttons, hey boo boo. I hope everything's going good. Congratulations on the new baby. Y'all, you know how they say look to the left and look to the right? That's your circle, that's your future. She looked to the left, that's Steve. Look to the right, that's Ernesto. Girl, you better keep looking to that left. To the left, you know what I'm saying? Go to the left, sis. Go where the success, go where the security, go where your hard work is going. Don't let someone steal off you, because that man's circle is sus. Okay? His circle is sus. And look where his circle, look who you are associated with. That lady had whatever they were doing next door to your house. It's awful. So anyway, hopefully they have a good news report. And we can just listen to the rest of these stories and kiki about Ernesto. But I suspect that when they go live, this is an ongoing criminal matter. And if she has not separated herself from her husband yet, I don't expect us to hear too much. I really don't. I don't know if she can even talk about it. She might say this is an ongoing criminal matter, or this is ongoing. My lawyer told me not to talk too much about it. She's not going to be able to say much. Is Steve going to talk about what's going on with him and Marjorie? Maybe. Shirley will be okay. She just needs to find her an accomplished man. She needs to find herself a top-notch lawyer and get herself separated from this mess quickly and find her money. But yes, she can recover from this. She looks amazing. She's a beautiful woman. But you don't want it to get so bad that the people that you have around you that are of influence, that do give a fuck and that want to help you succeed, start to distance themselves because they see you not making good decisions and they don't want to be part of it. Like, let's just be real here. Social media, our lives today are built around our reputations. If you have a bad reputation at work, you have a bad reputation in your circle, you got a bad reputation. So everybody's reputations mean more than anything now. Nobody wants to be aligned with somebody who is not making good decisions. And if Shirley is going to be somebody who is out here not making good decisions and is risky, they may love you from afar. They may send you a check. They may call and check on you, see what you need, but they're not going to be posted up with you taking pictures and trying to help you when you're not even trying to help yourself. Okay? That's just my take on it. Of course, we'll continue to react on this situation as it continues to develop. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, Real Talk Bougie, definitely do so. I'm dropping content over there regarding this matter, and I'm reacting to it over here. So yes, make sure that you're subscribed to both of my channels so you don't miss an upload or a live stream. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. This was so much fun. I'll be live a little bit later on today. But yeah, thank you so much. Make sure to hit the like button, and I will see you next time. I will definitely read through the comments. And definitely, I think maybe even tomorrow, let's do an addressing the comments on this, because there's lots of good questions and it's a good opportunity to do an update. And if you guys are up to calling in, then you be up to calling in and we can do that. Otherwise, I will go through the questions. So if you have questions, you have comments, you want them read, make sure to comment down below and we will talk about it. Where's it going to be? Addressing the comments. Maybe we'll do these addressing the comments over there. And then, of course, all of our other content, the moms, all of the things that we talk about over here, we'll do addressing the comments over here for that. So basically, just be subscribed to both channels. Have your notifications set so that when I go live, when I post another video, you will be notified immediately. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me on this topic. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
That's my man, bitch. Don't gotta read me out.
And my man, thank you to my man. And my man.
Don't gotta read me out. My man.
Ooh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep seeing us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like, I'm done, it's through, we're gonna break up. And he was like, okay, if that's really what you want to do. But see, my husband, I'm
That's my man, bitch.